A lot of heroes they just can't get them 100 zeros. They just can't kill them.
Hard to fight against a team that has a 30k lead, you know?
Yeah, it's just if they weren't 30k up and they would.
Free, right?
Yes, with Soul Strike, he's done the wand opening and all branches to maximize his damage as quickly as possible. I will comment the okay. Oh no, sorry, Gachi's on the wait. What? Gachi's on the Necro? What position are they playing?
Raccoon picks up the Windy. Okay, look at this mess lord on top of RFA's Rubik.
I believe before all that happens, the Spirit Breaker actually just watered, and the entire fight happens. It's a very awkward angle to go for. Oh, they're gonna commit. They're gonna commit with this. That's a very awkward angle to go as Radiant, I think. They definitely drew the line. I don't know if they're gonna do it or not. Notable.
This game without me, I've got things to say. Why is it that you were so keen on getting in to cast this one with me?
Pretty much know everyone in the lobby.
Hold on. Is there a play? The supports are up in 3 or 4 seconds. But Gachi is huge. Has a Lincolns, has his BKB, and has his Basher. Do they have anything to deal? That's very exciting for me. I'm pretty stoked to see you in a
they're still discussing on Radiant. I think they're still discussing what they're going to do here. Only winching is, like, obviously winching Io was guaranteed. Away from him because the Voca doesn't even need them, I don't think. Lag. I have. Ooh.
Don't stress, I'll let you know what's going on. One thing I was going to say though is that the
much analysis for that. That's just the net worth lead showing itself. The supports have like basically nothing on Dio. Meanwhile, winching, he just gets in there and drops a 2.
He needs to get out of there as quickly as he can because there are 4 heroes. Swap, is it enough? Can he get out of there? Can he get into the trees? He is so thick, but there are 3 heroes just punching and punching and punching him. He gets the stun off onto the axe, but it's not enough, and that is a 5. But it looks like the shield breaks on top.
He's not scared at all, though. You see that? Like, there's like 2 heroes posturing on him, and he just doesn't care. He has 1700 health.
Mooncow charging in, and now comes the Zeusalt, and the crab is dead! Yule's out from Prey. He's got him there, and Reverie's going to jump in himself. They deal with the Spirit Breaker, but now there is a big
Brawlhalla. My dreams are answered.
This is what we want to see. This is proper Dota. It's a Slobonocker.
Oh my God,
the only downside is
hilarious.
trying to keep the camera in the right place at the right time because there's so much action going on. Speaking. Goal behind, but he's been. How many deaths has he had so far? Is it 4? 4 deaths, yeah.
Yeah,
so
4 deaths. I think they're all to acts. I don't think he's done a team fight once. Okay,
really?
3 Mars. They're just gonna play around the arena, I think. They'll play slow.
Seems simpler to execute, right? Like it's a Mars ult,
yes,
it's a troll ult, it's an invoker winning his lane and rotating. Like this seems like the
if he's got the enrage buffer up when he gets hit, and it's only 2.5 seconds, but that's 2.5 seconds you're not moving, you're not able to use your attack speed buff. You can't, it's insane.
George on Sand King, Prey on Tiny, Johnny on Vengeful Spirit, RFA on Shadow Demon, and Reverie on Morphling. Now Johnny on Vengeful Spirit makes Vengeful Spirit a Uh-oh.
Yeah. Really
Stolen
unfortunate.
Corpse. Here comes
the Windy
Io.
started that whole thing, and fighting and fighting off screen is what I mean. And it just keeps happening every time.
Hey, shard up on Shadow Demon, one of the better shards in the game.
Or from having 275 health. If he was on full, he would have like 11 damage from health, and that's why you're seeing a lot of like the wands and a lot of heavy branch start, just like the Vengeful Spirit.
Immediately follow with the Snapfire because they know what they want to do, and then within 0.5 seconds the Mars comes out. So is that just research? Is that knowledge? These teams know each other?
Yeah, so this is a bit of the teams knowing each other. Like, stop him. And top lane, there's going to be like a bit of actual play. 2 Universals on Radiant, both ranged. It's a lot of damage. You can catch anyone off guard. Even Reverie and RFA. Actual defensive item now, so it's going to get a lot harder to kill him after that, you know?
Now,
He's still using
say,
the travels to farm efficiently.
Is Dire had some really, really good vision in this early game. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was scouting.
Yeah,
Tiny pushed off the haste, and the deny comes out from RFA. All right, RFA. Yeah, take the high five. Sorry, you were saying?
Rip Harold's. And with the global cow is insane. And now he's starting to charge through waves. He has the 25% greater bash damage on level 25. He has all these items. This guy...
Well, Gachi's going to try and man-fight the Reverie here. Reverie switching to Strength to try and get away. And it looks like he may just do it. Shadow Demon pops the ult on top of Gachi. They're thinking about it, but the rest
of... more patient with these disruptions. He's just getting slightly the wrong hero.
I think also, as a Shadow Demon player, I can tell you that all too often you want to use that disruption offense. This huge Radiant team that is 36k's ahead, but he is down as well. Huncho gets the kill onto the Undying, but Gachi is still this big cranky bear, and here comes that annoying fucking cow that has just caused man wipe going the way of AU Rejects. Holy, AU Rejects have come to play this game. They are ripping up with a 13k lead at 7. I get it.
They just don't know the Roche is happening on Dire. They could honestly contest with like the fact there's only 2 heroes from Radiant in the pit, or even nearby. They're just so spread out farming the pixels when you can get that one spell off that hero and then make it do a one shot on another hero.
And tell me, what do you think about the way that the facets, obviously if you're having a hard game, you still feel like you're in it, especially as a support player. I often get relegated to 5, and when I see a Barra picked, my heart flutters. It's like being a Storm Spirit and seeing a Maiden or an Ezreal on your team. It's like...
100% you are 100% going to get, but because he opted not to go the Blink Dagger, he just doesn't. Yeah. And it doesn't impact Ubi at all, wowee.
Now the charge out on Johnny. Raccoon, you can dodge last hits, but you cannot dodge that magical damage, and down the Raccoon goes.
So I don't know if you've been seeing it, but every time he arenas and there's a hero inside it, they get a little eye symbol on there to get into the game, and then the rest of them are just taken out by counter items.
And look, there's some awesome plays this game. We saw the Rubik steal in the Reaper Scythe, which is so sick to see. Garbage hero in the patch. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not seeing it anywhere on Dota Pro Tracker, and yet it's in all the games that I'm casting. Why? Why does this hero keep getting picked up?
It depends on... First of all, you need a Rubik go in, and they're not respecting the Sandstorm, I don't think. If he ever gets there, it's going to just ruin AU Reject's day. They are going to look for the second Roche. I think they will see it spawn here. The reason why it fell off a cliff is because when Tiny came in the meta, he could literally two-shot her with 2 tosses. The hero just doesn't have enough health and armor in this stage of the game, and This is some good Dota, hey. This is what I was hoping for from one of these games.
This is what you were telling me was going to happen. After the first game, I was... Does Johnny just have a magnet on top of him? Because this Moo Cow cannot stop charging immediately at Johnny, and there's no ports to save him this time. Gets a stun out, but it's too late, and the bear is just going to eat him for breakfast.
And that's better. Not be playing bottom very much. Notice Mars is under his tower. Just like
Cold Snap comes out. Harold's in trouble. No lucky bashes from Prey, so he sort of disappears into the tree. Bottle refill from Raccoon. Okay.
Hopefully they don't like have a triple lane stomp into a 20-minute match. I'm expecting some good, healthy Dota here, some good team fights. I don't know, maybe just Brawlhalla. Something everyone can enjoy.
there, and that spirit can still have a whole bunch of impact if it can somehow survive, but I don't think it is going to survive here because the bear is on top of it, and down goes the spirit as
they don't have
well.
the damage anymore.
Chasing him. Charge comes out though onto the Shadow Demon. They're looking for something here, but they're trying to pick the right target. Huncho decides he wants to deal with that Mukau. The Mukau's doing too much. Spirit Breaker, he's pinned to that tree. The Invoker's here, and I don't think that Necro is going to be around much longer. Beautiful setup from the boys. Well played. Well played. Game on this Spirit Breaker. Did you say that Raccoon plays a lot of Spirit Breaker, or is this like a?
How the hell did he get up there? Look at where he's standing and look at the wall
he slipped past. He slipped past Prey.
It's guaranteed.
Huncho.
Kabala's just farming their jungle.
Top,
he just does not
gets
care.
the stun off onto Kabala, but then the call comes out in return. Huncho needs to be careful though, because he's being charged, and that just yet. They pop the Zeus off to try and finish him. Oh dear god, he's trying to switch to strength. He's trying as hard as he can. He's caught in that Zeus Aghanim Scepter with the refresher, but he manages to slink out and see what they could cook up. Look at this cutie Rubik with his little feather shoulder. His own little green Scardy. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's get this ball on the road.
I haven't seen a Shadow Demon very much. I do think it's one of the... I think it's like a timeless hero, if I had to
It's just so
put
good.
it down.
It just does so much. It does so much.
The Spirit Breaker has just been the MVP of both these games, I think.
Prey caught out of position once again, charged and deleted by that Spirit Breaker. Referee, you're juggling it against 3 heroes here. The rest of the team isn't with him. The Morphling alive. But what's the point of saving your Morphling if it doesn't have any farm? Like, if it's not getting back into these games? Huge performance from Prey.
4-2 still open. The Venge 1-3 still open. The Shadow Demon, it's probably going to be 5. Let's be realistic. But Slaughter Gang still have so much.
Wouldn't have that confidence, right?
Mid Tiny, 1 Necro, 3 Snapfire. I think I actually don't know. All these players play all these positions, and I'm actually really confused about what they're trying to do here. So and
that's the thing is this magical damage that's coming out from Radiant is enormous, right? Like it's a lot of magical damage. But that's the thing with magical damage is it does eventually start to drop off once you start to see pipes, Eternal Shroud. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Bubs cast. There's been a whole lot of them lately, and tonight I just couldn't miss this game. How is it just gonna... Oh, it's gonna make everyone in the Dota scenes cringe. But I sometimes even elect to pick up, if I'm having a good lane, to pick up the Locket early on IO. Sometimes pre-mech. It is of it, so that's gonna get really scary.
He's just mirroring what they did to him game 1. He's got the... He's got the Shadow Blade, and he's got the Octarine queued up. It's exactly what they did to him game 1, and he's just...
Seeing these guys maybe in the finals, and you are unlucky enough to not make it to the finals, which I think is very unlikely. I've seen your Gyro. Your Gyro is going to rip all the way to the finals. But if you're not, and these guys make it, maybe I'll hit you up again to... So, thank you so much, you legends. I hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you, White Glint, for letting Bops yell in your ears. And everyone, you have a phenomenal evening. Good night, guys.
You just have a support cast a spell on them to save them. With Bloodsport, it completely breaks the vision. So we should get a little visual indicator up the top on our screen with like a eye with a cross through it, showing... Oh yeah, that'll help him.
Nice little kill from Raccoon. Catches the Tiny with his pants down, and he's too low HP. It's enough to burst him. They're going to try and chase him, but he has so much status resistance that even if they do get the stun off here, he's just...
Ironically, the Dagon's doing so much work.
Holy, does he actually get dunk stacks off of the Vengeful? He does. I don't know.
Think he did.
He didn't? Your eyes are probably fixed on Riyadh. Are you taking any lessons from what's been happening in the group stages of that so far?
I have a feeling, yeah, at least one player on all these teams, I can almost execution on Slaughter Gang to wait out the Aegis. It just didn't matter. He got like no value out of his Aegis, no regen, but it's just too much. They're too far in the hole, I think, at this point, unfortunately.
When did last
finally cleans him up,
from
but he's in
Reverie.
danger now.
The Reverie has not switched to
in.
strength. She's taking so much damage, and then there's a big spooky bear. The stun comes out, and they are gonna let him live for now. Swap?
It's a clown
No.
fest.
Swap's
No
on
swap,
cooldown.
5-second cooldown. He wants to play into Shadow Fiends because
Can
you can't like play.
can we just talk about that? Can we talk about the Zeus? I'm seeing an axe called into a Zeus ult, and I'm seeing a dead Morphling.
But yeah, you can just see how much like this Tiny does, right? This guy got absolutely jibbed in lane, and he does one toss combo, and that's 2/3 of an Invoker's health pool, and that's an 1800 health Invoker. Huncho is edging towards his first item in a long time here.
You know, when they first changed this Dagon, I would.
God, it's so obnoxious, man.
But...
Why does he keep move speed?
But something that I just want to point out before this game gets on the roll, because this won't come across on stream, is potential as a position 4. We saw Seb playing a couple of seasons ago quite a bit, and a few other heroes were picking her up as well. But now she's universal, and we're not seeing her being played as much as a support. Is in, Johnny is out, Gachi knows he has to deal with that Shadow Demon and is diving him as hard and fast as he can. Disruption to try and save himself for a second. That BKB is running out, Gachi, and you are deep once again. Tiny out of Dota. God, I'd like to see it gone. But there you go, hey, just to call it out, you said that there'd be an axe ban, and what do we have? An axe ban.
Yeah, we have axe ban first 2 for AU region.
Breaker, but then he can't save his core, who gets caught a few seconds later. So I'd like to see.
Hear me out.
Yep, go ahead.
If this game goes another 10 minutes, it could start to swing back towards Slaughter.
Charge now in onto Shadow Demon, and he's used his disruption on that Gachi to try and keep him off him, but he couldn't keep that big old Moon Cow from just charging in, and that Moon Cow didn't die earlier, so he's able to keep playing this game.
Wind Ranger for AU rejects. Beastmaster ban, same for Slaughter Gang. Are they actually just going to end the Brood? So it's 2 of the same bans from the early game.
Rolling it back. Hey, we know how strong Brood has been. So satisfying.
He even got a Rampage this game.
Yeah.
He got it a Rampage at one point. Like.
Yeah. Alright.
Same
Well,
value, yeah.
Happy Goob absolutely kills it. What a phenomenal game of Dobik. A little bit of extra mana regen for the rest of the game. He'll love that.
Yeah,
okay,
as these fights keep going, the Dire just seem to be getting so much more out of them than the Radiant. Every fight that Dire wins is like a 3.
Yeah, no, the bear has an enormous amount of damage. Save comes out from our Shadow Demon. Is it enough for him to get to the high ground? It is. And that is why Shadow Demon is the best hero in Dota. Not enough, though, because
he's not doing damage. Like, the bear can do, like, a good chunk. Now he has, like, the maul bonus and, like, the attack speed. But, yeah, they cannot leave the base.
Raccoon is just diving the base. Oh, looks like the Zeus Ags comes out, and in goes the Wind Ranger, though. Wind Ranger getting the run off, but I do hear a Spirit Breaker ult on the side, and it looks like Necro's been caught out of position. Does get the scythe off, though, before he goes down, so he doesn't go down empty-handed. Lane's pushed in. It's got this stupid Bull Rush talent. Oh, where it can just run away anytime it actually hits a wave. Plays so far forward. I mean, we saw Boxy doing it before. Like, so much to keep its POS 1 alive in lane, keep the POS 4 busy. So I'd prefer to see it as a 5, especially if there's a Venji in the game. Now, this Ursa has also shot up in the meta at the moment, right? He coming back to lane, just, you know, doing tiny things. I'm gonna come back, hit a few creep, and the moment he arrives, he is EMP'd and completely ran out of mana, which must be the most frustrating thing in the world. Huncho's up here having a look. Do you want to talk to just talk to Sadist for me for a second? Why we've seen a resurgence in Necro?
Sadist. Oh, right. Okay. So the profane potent.
Does Johnny try and take that tombstone, get a bit of gold for himself? Looks like he is.
He should get it, yeah. They will not be defending. And the Honcho rotation scouted out again. Oh, that would actually...
with him, swap in onto Gabala. They decide to try and deal with the axe first. Johnny trying to keep Ursa busy, but Gabala has decided he's just going to play forward as Gachi is running to that Shadow Demon, and the Shadow Demon is dead without buyback. Johnny doing what he can to fight this.
Like sometimes you see it on Sand King, sometimes you see it on Venge. They can get up there into the 600s, into the 650s, really early as well. Even Ursa now, this guy's at almost 800.
Oh, Tombstone goes down, and then all of a sudden, 4 Radiant heroes there.
Breaker charge, they're going for the IO.
Charge, going on the IO. They want to eliminate it because they know that they can win these fights if they do take it out. Huncho is feeling.
Bit of a nothing connection there.
Yeah.
Have Bing chilling and zapping shit for free. I'm curious as to how Honcho's going to answer this one, though. That's going to be the more interesting question.
And
duration, yeah, 6 for a hero. Gives you 40 AoE, which basically means the radiance gets massive. So 650 radius, more like at least 700 on average, and more likely like 850 to.
But honestly, I think we are going to see a pretty fierce game tonight. From what you've told me before, of course, we went live, and from what I've seen from this upper division, it seems like it's going to be a bit of a brawl all the way into the captain's.
10 regen, 10 HP regen, and 5 mana. I mean, like, he's just not respecting the toss damage. He's expecting the
IO. Spirit Breaker decides he wants to take this kill on his own. Down goes Wing Xing.
Unfortunate.
Am I still right? Zeus still has the percentile drain to get through that huge morph HP pool?
Yes, and he also has a shard that lets him auto attack. Oh, is this a Hancho George? Insanely hard to play most carry heroes into it, but the Gachi Ursa would be one of the few people who I would put stocks on. And I could really be liking the way this is turning out for Dire. They got the possible tiny full
Morphling's just going to try and port out here. No, cancels his port.
He cancels his TP.
But that might be a mistake, Reverie, because there are 4 Radiant heroes here and they are looking for you. He does have 4,200 HP and is outside his tier 3 though, so he might just live here.
Which means as he levels up Lil Shredder, he will be taking all the Lil Shredder talents, and he'll be buying like a Maelstrom or a Gleipnir of some description, getting all these procs out. Tiny did take the crash landing, so he'll be pumping the toss.
No, hey, step up too far, and we're going to put some pain on you.
I gotta give Harold credit though. If there's any player that I would want playing from behind, it would probably be him. He does know how to make miracles happen with borderline.
Reverie on the low ground, I'm not sure you should be there, mate. I think you should be nice and safe behind those tier 3s. They do scout him on vision. Reverie's thinking about maybe making a play here.
Spirit Breaker could just be the hero of this series.
Actually, they can! Double damage on the Invoker. Does the Invoker stay to try and get more? No, Alexa just leave. He's got what he can. He's hanging. He wants it.
Yeah, best heroes, and he's just RFA just laying down the law with this Rubik. Insane. That's definitely getting banned. You're not going to see that game here.
I mean, it's a Grandmaster hero, these comfort picks, man. They do what they do. It's just so much heal, especially with the new facets. Oh my god, they decided to charge in onto Gabala. Gabala might be out of position here. Gets off the scatter shot, but oh, down she goes. And Prey was playing phenomenally on that Spirit Breaker, carving up and making some real space. But I think the hero of this story for me has got to be Johnny. That Mars laned into and lane peers out when Xing running, but the vessel is on top of him. Cold snap, but Mars is coming, and guys, you need to be careful because a big Mars ult can appear at any second. There it is. Good God. And the troll might have to pop ult here if he wants to have any chance of surviving it. Though I don't think he can survive. I think he decides to try and take someone out with him, and it's going to be Gabala. Huge.
Oh, the mech.
Oh, the mech. Big save. Stops that. Venji to the back.
Died bottom. Oh,
yep.
It's not the worst movement around the map. I mean, we're just waiting for right. It breaks the way you want to play Dota. It just doesn't work anymore.
Here he goes.
Smoke Tiny is getting a lot of like push bottom, but the cow just like
you need to be careful because your teleport just got interrupted, and you are going to get stunned in your sandstorm. You know, is it going to outrank? Hang on, hold on. They've got Johnny again, and he's been Spirit Breaker dolled back onto the high ground. He gets the swap to try and get away. Hunter's here with the Shiva. Dota, dude. What an absolutely phenomenal game of Dota. And what a phenomenal co-caster you've been for me as well, White Clint. Huge, big Dota brain in that head of yours, hey?
Thank you for having us really well. And that's how he's going to try and shine, right?
Okay,
again,
okay.
I've never seen much of like the Raccoon Spirit Breaker here, but it's going to be really, really rough to enable
This troll. He's gonna bump into Snap if she's not careful. No, yeah, Battle Fury on troll. He's got his Blade of Alacrity. How do you like these timings? Do you think he's having an aura out? They might take Wing Ching as a return. Here comes the big toss. Ooh, it's just enough to secure that kill. But the bear jumps in. Hold on, the bear is hunting.
He's aggro. He's gotta be very careful here. These are big kills. They're feeding like massive streaks. They really need to get serious on the Australian rejects and finish this match.
Oh, Gachi.
Oh, he's on
jumping
Morphling?
on top of Morphling. Morphling's just going to waveform away. And when you see this hero played well, is there anyone on AU Rejects that plays Brood well? Are they banning it just because it's meta, or are they...
Gooby and Gachi, 100%.
Okay,
Those two players, even...
Reverie spots his BKB and he wants in, but all of a sudden the Mooncow is on his backline and keeping his support a whole lot busier. Oh my god, that axe call is so phenomenal! He catches 3! 1, 2, 3! So Win decides to just let that IO burn. Okay.
It's a throwaway. It's a throwaway IO.
Yep.
If he ever gets caught, you don't really care too much. It's like fine because he has an Ags. 2-7 Tiny. Hunter's the only one having like a reasonable game.
It's this XP differential. You've got 18 coming out on Gachi, 18 their Morphling, and I think they're quite happy with that. While they don't want to give the kill, they do manage to save that Morphling.
He lives, but it was close with 2 save spells. That just shows like how, and the spell amp. Oh my god, 65% movement speed as damage. What the hell is that?